Hey, there's a lot that we need to talk about in this partnership of ours. Firstly, I think it's about meeting the gentleman next to me. Nowadays, I called him my best man because he puts me on my toes. Sometimes, a long time ago, we were introduced to the issues of mentoring in Kailicha, and we rebelled against that idea. One of the reasons was because we felt that, hey, there's this person that you need to be accountable to the parents, to the teachers, to the learners, to the department, and now there's this other person that you need to be accountable, which is the mentor. Because he would come and tell you that last time we talked about this, how far are you now? So when I met Nazir, I had that kind of an attitude. But we had a very a smooth journey together. Yes, he put me on my toes, and I think I learned a lot from him. By profession, he's a lawyer. So you can imagine. Dealing with a lawyer, you can't lie. So it's either you did it or you didn't do it, because he wants to see evidence, That stuff. So you just have to do it, or you just don't do it, and you have to say that I didn't do it. You can't lie with lawyers. You can lie in court, but not anywhere else. So I enjoyed that. But one thing that I liked about Nazir, this one day, he came to our school, we had an SGB meeting. He was the first time meeting our SGB. And then we were sitting with that old traditional way, the chairperson, the deputy, whatever, the principal, the parents, the members, and the learners. So we introduced ourselves in that order. And then Nazir introduced himself. And then he said, can I get permission to change the setting around? Chairperson, and the chairperson was like, go ahead, sir. And then said, Zola, bring that desk, bring that chair, bring that table and all those things. And before we learned it, we had a boardroom in the room. And I think there are things that when you learn about it, you just have knowledge. But the minute they are put into practice, then they sit and they stay in your mind forever. In so much that even today, when we're having our SGP, if the room is not arranged, because we're normally using our staff room, then whoever comes in will just create the boardroom kind of a sitting. And we did that even with our staff meetings, with our SMT, almost every day we sit like that. And the beauty of that is that you don't find time to fight about nothing, because most of the time when schools are fighting, they are fighting about nothing. You just get so intimate with the next person, and you feel part of the family, and you feel you feel like belonging. And also you are so free to talk to the next person. And then this last meeting, we had a long debate around doing the same thing with the people that are coming for interviews. And I was like, hey, Dada, you're going to create a mess. These people are very nervous. You can't bring them that much close. No, Zola, the intimate part, they will be free and they will just flow and tell us everybody, and they will feel like they belong to the school. I said, Dada, let us not rush for it. Let's think about it for next year in terms of doing that. But more than anything, it's something that I think they enjoyed very much, and they have learned from our engagement with Nazir. With the partnership, it's true that there was a lot of work that we needed to do, the workshops, the reading. We have so many resources. Right now, all my books are with my SMT members, and they don't want to bring them back. But I told them that, come when we are closing, I want all my books back, because it seems as if everybody's just like having a book, and I'm not having any at the moment. I think more than anything is how much we talked about those books, and how much people needed to refer to a lot of things that we are talking about. And they so enjoyed everything and every learning that we had, was we had to come back and we have to implement whatever that we have learned in the program. Next. But I think Naziri will have a lot to talk about his or her experience. I don't want to talk about Manyano, because if I can talk about Manyano, it will be the whole night. So I'm just refusing to talk about that. Also challenge, I think Florence shared the challenges that we're having nicely. The issues of teachers. This is one of our principals in Kairisha that was shot at school on a Friday afternoon because people, they wanted to get keys to the safe and his car keys, computers and everything else. Ada mentioned that Possible was chosen to be the MC because of the reason that he mentioned, and I was like, is it possible that I'm chosen because I'm a selfie queen? Because I'm good at taking selfies for the group. And then Nazir felt like taking that picture and capturing and put it in there, maybe for that particular reason. Without saying that much, let me hand over to Nazir to share his experiences working with the school as well as PFP.
Can we give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? I didn't want to stop her, but I was like trying to get her to stop, because once Zola goes on, she goes on and on and on. And as you can probably see, these slides were not very well rehearsed because of the constraints of time. So unfortunately, I'm going to take you a little bit back to the start of these slides and just try and run through them very quickly. Okay, we're going to start off with, I'm going to start off with the facilitator, Nadia Mason, who is unable to be here because of personal issues that she has. I'm not going to go into details with that, but she's been a great inspiration to the group, and through her own perseverance, getting the group together, getting reports to be submitted has been a major task for her as well. And I'm sure the partners for Possibility will understand the challenges that she's had, and here she is on the left-hand side, very animated, as you can see, and very vibrant and vivacious and very with it and wanting to encourage us all the time. And I think she has done her job. She's executed very, very well, and with a high level of intelligence and quality as well. So I think in absentia, we ought to give her that round of applause. And then we have Rama. Now, personally, I found this to be the most profound and most interesting community building facilitator and workshop that we had over a period of 3 days. And he opened up the principal's eyes as to how to involve the community. Now, just an aside, in my previous life, I was a teacher as well. And when I first met the group, I told them how I felt about principles. I told them in uncertain terms that Hitler is dead. However, dictators are still alive in the form of these principles. And when Rama said at that particular workshop, and this was before, and we went to the workshop, and Rama said, you see the principle, where is his power? His power lies in that bunch of keys that he has here, with all the rooms and all the classrooms and the strong rooms. I see Selvin is laughing over here, but it is a fact. And I'm very pleased that some of our principals within our circle has actually relinquished that power and given and delegated some of that power to get things done. Otherwise, things unfortunately do not get done. But I think we need to give Rama also that round of applause. If I'm sure my colleagues agree with me on that. Some of our achievements are that we created a good thinking partnership. And for those people who don't know what a thinking partnership is, you just sit and you explode with your thoughts. What's going on in your head? What are you thinking about? To me, I found it absurd when we had the workshop time to think. I thought, what nonsense is this? I was very skeptical about it. But by the second day I embraced it, and I could identify with it. And very many of us actually sit down and think, because you just think on the run all the time. And that changed my perspective as well, and I'm sure it changed Zola's and many of the other people sitting here as well. And my partner Zola was willing to accept new ideas, and this is unfortunate. Well, not unfortunate. Very often you find that people are not willing to accept another person's idea. So the idea is to get a person to think and make my ideas as if it's coming from that other person, and I think we succeeded in that, Zola. Thank you very much for that. And also, we also found that generally principals haven't accepted and embraced modern technology. And I think we threw out some ideas as how to encompass and to involve the entire school community by using modern technology like a simple cell phone these days. And like Zola said about the principal, she already said in broad daylight this principal was shot, almost killed, and we don't hear about these. And these are the threats that are faced by the principals in the townships. We are totally unaware of it, and this is one of the challenges that are being faced by people in the township. One can also, when one talks about the issues, like Haida had spoken about the issues of schools and what happens in schools. Haida, I can tell you that since I left teaching in 1998, it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. So we cannot simply blame the government for it. It is just a cultural thing. It's geographical, and something needs to be done about the socio-economic situation of our people in this country. Otherwise, it's going to continue. I left school. I left teaching. I kicked the habit in 1998. It's 21 years. If we don't create change, it's going to go on forever and a day. Some of the challenges that we had was the Western Cape Education Department, because the moment we have an issue, or rather Zola and I have to meet, and Zola has to run to the inspector, she's got to get permission from her to meet off-site. So all of these challenges also impacted and limited the amount of time that we could really spend with each other. The issue on crime, theft of computers, we had the very first workshop, which was at the Sports Science Center. Shahid, you remember that one? And that's the first time I met Shahid as well. Shahid was down in the dumps, but he's developed, thanks to Partners for Possibility, if I may, Shahid. Even Florence, I'm going to touch on Florence as well. Florence couldn't speak 2 sentences in the workshop. Here she was presenting, and that is why I said, give her another round of applause. The theft of computers. So when Zola was about to attend this particular workshop, she phoned Nazir, I can't come. I said, what's the problem, Zola? No. You know, the computers I said that we got 2 days ago, a few days ago?
Yes, they were still fairly new. They were just installed at the school, but we have not touched them in terms of using them at all.
And the following day it was cleared, about 20, 30 brand new computers. These are the challenges that the people have in Kailicha. Shootings as well. In any case, this photo is not a selfie, Zola. It's Zola saying, listen, if you're going to pay Lobola, it's 20 of those size cars. Thank you very much.